Almost every single household in the world is buying milk, but what if I told you that you were manipulated into buying so much milk? Watch this video to the end to have your mind blown. Let me guess right now, you drink milk because it is good for us, it is good for our bones, it's pretty much a harmless drink. Well, you and I were wrong. Ever since we domesticated animals, we use milk. But here's the funny thing, did you know that cow milk consumption wasn't really a big thing until the early to mid 20th century? During the First World War, governments sent powdered and tinned milk overseas to the Allied troops. Due to this, a large quantities of milk needed to be produced and many farmers began growing their dairy herds. After the war, the demand for dairy products dropped dramatically, but the supply of milk remained high. Instead of reducing the production of milk, the industry worked with the government to increase the amount of milk consumed instead. So how do you achieve that? How do you make people drink more milk than they should or even need? They created an idea that milk is important and necessary for human health and development, and this led to huge advertisement campaigns promoting dairy consumption, even giving free milk to children in schools so parents would feel like it is vital that children drink it a lot. The US federal government recommended that children should drink at least 4 glasses of milk every single day. But even after this, there was still a surplus in dairy products. So what is the next move? And this one is gonna blow your mind. The government made a clever scheme. They made dairy industry invest more in promotional campaigns and work with fast food chains for them to use more cheese and dairy in their products. And this was all approved by the USDA, the same people who set the nutritional guidelines. And that is also the reason why Europeans always think Americans use cheese with everything, because it is true. Even though Europe is rich with cheese, they don't even use it nearly as much as Americans even now. And that is also why chocolate milk and all sort of milk smoothies are so much more popular in America than anywhere in the world, because it was forced to be promoted to people and fast food industries.
Why don't you ask your mom to get you Borden's milk? It's good.
And the amount of advertisement and commercials about milk, it was guaranteed that you have seen a lot of these commercials, and even if you didn't, you still, to this day, believe the words of those commercials.
Milk! It does the body good!
So is milk not good for our body? Upon closer inspection, a meta-analysis looking at studies with hundreds of thousands of participants and published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found no overall association between milk intake and decreased risk of hip fracture in women, even at high intakes. Harvard researchers discovered that drinking milk could even increase the risk of hip fracture in men. There was also one review which reviewed 47 studies including over 1 million participants that showed that men who ate the most dairy products were up to 65% more likely to develop prostate cancer. And if you need more studies, there was one study following 53,000 North American women over 8 years. It showed that drinking 2 to 3 glasses of cow's milk a day, which is what the current USDA guidelines recommends, increased their risk of breast cancer by as much as 70 to 80%. I am sorry to tell you this, but we were fed lies and you and I believe them. Those lies are costing animal lives, human lives, and are destroying our planet. 65% people in this world are lactose intolerant, and the industry is still booming. The main purpose of cow's milk is to feed the baby cow, and there are hormones inside which are there to make baby cow grow, and that is the same thing with human milk which is given to babies. So milk overall is designed to make things grow, and when you're an adult, you don't need a growth hormone, because if that hormone doesn't find a cell that needs to grow, it can make a wrong cell grow and cause cancer. Now I know we still believe that calcium is very important for bone structure, and you are right. But one study found that the countries that consume most milk and consume most calcium had the highest fracture rates, so that is completely opposite of what we ever thought. Luckily, people are waking up and studying or hearing about these things. It is vital to know information like this because it is up to you and only you to keep yourself safe and healthy. Milk is not the worst thing to drink, but think twice about everything you hear and see, because not everything is the way it seems to be, and not everything is good for you. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more mind-blowing content.